Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is once again the time of bringing you guys all of the strategy guides which you guys need to completely smash in Legend League, smash in Clan War, and so on. So today we're starting off with the Zap LaLoon, one of the strongest armies right now out there. One of the armies which is going to come as well is going to be the Super Witch Slab. Then obviously the Dragon Zap is going to come as well. All of those strategy guides will come on my channel, so if you guys would like to see them, would like to learn them and so on, make sure to follow to this channel. But for now, guys, yesterday I announced that I will go to stream today as well, which I have to redo the call because today is going to be the ESL Meisterschaft once again. If you want to see those in English, make sure to check out Maxi's stream. He's going to stream that in English. Adam is going to stream that in English as well. So if you want to make sure to check those awesome wars out, go for it. Because we will see so many new stuff in there. Like all of the new features, all of the new troops are allowed in those wars, which means we will see tons of great attacks and the current meta, however it's going to look like. Either way, if you guys are thinking about buying any of the offers which came with the new update, and even though I have to say I don't like the one for like 11 euros and for the 22 euros, I don't like that too much. But the one for like the 350, that's pretty good. But yeah, either way, if you guys buy any of those, make sure to use the creator code. And now you can actually see in the shop as well if you're supporting a creator. Let's get into my settings and let's type in a creator code. I'm using obviously creator code Itsu. And then when we're getting back into the shop, you can see at the top right that you're supporting someone. So whenever you're buying anything, make sure that you're supporting someone because this is helping the creators a lot. So if you guys would like to support me and my channel, make sure to use that creator code ITSU. And remember, every 7 days this code is getting deleted and you need to retype it in again. Thank you guys so much. So let's get started with the attack. I already told you we're starting with the with the LaLoon and Zaps. And if you guys say Itsu, my LaLoon isn't that great. Mine either. So that's totally fine. You do not need to be good at LaLoon because after doing this beginning part, it's so freaking easy. One of the main things you want to take out with your Zaps is the enemy clan cast, but you can go for the enemy eagle as well. You can go for nearly everything with this spell combination, which is awesome. Now we're using the earthquake to make sure that we're getting the Townhall, the clan cast out of the way. And now the great thing about that is, yes, we took down a scatter shot, the enemy warden, and the enemy clan castle. But what this does is now the enemy clan castle is dead. It can't come out of the clan castle anymore, which means whatever there was in the clan castle, it's not coming out again. So that's the first nice thing. And one of the big strengths of the clan castle is that it can defend heroes pretty well. For example, if there's a lava hound in there, this will cost your queen plenty of time where your defenses can handle her pretty well in a Sui attack, for example. So taking that clan castle out of the way is a huge help. So what we can do now as well, we take care of the enemy royal champion as well, but we still have our own royal champion. So what we're doing over here, we're trying to get rid of the enemy scattershot as well. And as soon as that's done, the base already, we took already down 20%. It's looking like way more because we took so many important buildings out. We took down the scattershot. We took actually down 2 scattershots already. Enemy queen, enemy royal champion. So to be honest, you do not need to be a good LaLoon attacker to triple after that, to be honest. Because there isn't too much left anymore. And you have 3 hounds, you have a slammer, and you have around 30 loons to use. So you can do whatever I'm doing right now and just get those loons into the base and drop loons wherever you can and hope for the best. Even though this is not normally how you play LaLoon, but still it's working with this attack strategy. Now you guys might wonder, Itsu, there's still a lot of defenses left. Well, we have the warden ability, we have still a freeze, and we still have the haste spell left for the last couple of buildings. Freezing now over there on the single inferno tower to make sure that my warden is staying alive. And take a look at this crazy overkill. This is insane, guys. So whenever you're thinking about switching to LaLoon, now is the time. Now is the time. Use those zaps. Use the earthquake in combination and you will get so much out of the way. I will show you guys way more nice things you can zap in this video, so make sure to stick around. But this was the first attack, and this was a huge overkill. I mean, at least loon-wise. Time is a different story, I guess. You need to be always early with your cleanup, because most of those beginnings of your heroes are taking some time, because you can get so much when zapping out the core already. So that's pretty important. And well, you guys can see how many loons are still alive on the right side. The only downside of this is time once again. So this is going to be really close. Let's see if we can triple the first attack, or this is going to be a 99. Oh my god, please no. 4, 3, 2, 1, and thank goodness, this is going to be a triple. So let's switch right into the next base, and let's see how I do over there and what we can zap on the next base. Because like I said, there's so many different things you can zap, it's crazy. So on this base, what could we do? We could try to go for the Town Hall with our Sui, but right before we need to take down the enemy clan castle. That's something which we need to go for. So we can zap on this one, and guys, remember that the zap radius, like the size of the zap, is way bigger than you might think. So the lightning, it's pretty crazy, the range of this thing. So what I try to go for is the enemy scatter shot and the clan castle and the queen. That's why we are waiting over here. Now the queen's jumping over. Let's drop all of our zaps, and you guys can see enemy queen, enemy scatter shot are dead. Now we're using the earthquake. Make sure that you're not activating the enemy town hall too early. The earthquake can activate the town hall. The zap spell cannot. Always remember that, it's important. Like whenever you're doing those suis, you can place the zap wherever you want because you won't activate the town hall, but you can't do the same with the earthquake. Be careful, if you activate the town too early, your entire attack might be completely over. So on this attack, what we try to go for is we try to go for the enemy town hall and try to get rid of that. That would be huge, getting rid of that. Now the queen sadly is going on to the outside. One thing which you can change if you want to, and I might change on this army a little bit, is like funnel troops, like for your Sui in the beginning, like baby dragon, wizards, things like that. You can still add those. So yeah, not 100% sure if I should not use any wizards whatsoever. But now the town hall is activated, which isn't a good thing for us, but still we try to come back from this. We didn't get the value we wanted to get. Either way, let's still try the LaLoon. And once again, you guys can see, I'm not deploying my loons too perfectly, whatever. I'm more like spamming them in and hoping for the best once again. And you guys can see, at least the pathing, at least what I'm doing with the pathing, it's somewhat correct. And now there's a huge group in the middle. There's a big group which is getting into the enemy town hall. We are freezing the town hall 2 times to make sure that we're not taking too much damage. Now an early warden ability to make sure the warden is following the correct group. And to be honest, the warden is following way better on those air attacks. So that's something which is really nice. And now we have 2 big group of loons. The first group a little bit ahead of the dragon, and the second group is right now right in front of the dragon. So that's looking really good actually for us, even though the beginning didn't look as good as the first one, for example. So even though this attack didn't look too good, it's a huge overkill. And one thing which is really helping is that especially in Legend League, a lot of players are using still ground expos because no one has changed yet anything. So all of those ground expos, you don't care about them. Like all of those 4 ground expos, obviously they were shooting my heroes, but still, like, I don't care. I don't freaking care. My loons, like, they don't care about the ground expo. So this one is going to be the next triple. Not really that big of an overkill, but still pretty decent for having a fail in the beginning, like the entry. But still, it's really, really strong. So I think we should take a look at one more and try to get even more value out of our Sui. So let's try that in the next one, and let's try if we can get another triple on the board for our attack strategy. And well, like I said, try to adjust it on your own, like into your own style. If you want to have some final troops, go with it. Go with it. So on this one, we have the queen in the core. We have the enemy royal champion next to the eagle. We could try to zap those. Like I said, you guys can zap the enemy eagle, but I think we should go once again for the town hall because this gives us a lot of freedom going into the attack. So what we're doing over here, we zap once again the clan castle and the scatter shot together, and right after that we can kind of get rid of the entire left side with our heroes. That will be huge. Now once again I'm placing the earthquake that I hit the enemy inferno tower and the enemy's clan castle, so it's going down. And once again, do not hit the enemy town hall with your earthquake. That's not good. So now everything is getting into the base. There are a lot of traps, which you kind of expected, but still we get rid of the town hall. We can then wall break our troops into the base. And one thing which I aim for with the Royal Champion is trying to get rid of the 2 arch towers and the mortar, which you guys can see on the right side. What this does, it gives us better pathing for the LaLoon later on. You guys will see it in a second. That's something which you have to learn, obviously, but it's like you will figure that out kind of quickly, I guess, especially if you try this army in FCs. So now my Royal Champion is trying to go for a couple of buildings. We take care of all of those. Now the Royal Champion ability. And now we can get started with the LaLoon. Right now I'm thinking about what is the correct deployment order, like what should I do first and so on. And I'm just like getting everything in there. I'm waiting to deploy the second group kinda of big loons, like we have still 2 hounds to deploy. But I want to use the warden ability early because I want to protect my dragon. The dragon needs to take down the enemy queen. If that is not happening, we're kinda screwed. So then the next 2 hounds from the right side. And now the only thing which can somehow go wrong is if the enemy Royal Champion is killing my entire army. But since we have 3 hounds, you normally always have enough lava pups. So we're freezing the enemy Royal Champion just like 2 times and the enemy eagle as well. Now the cleanup, and just take a look at this attack. If we're talking about overkills like the attack which we did in the beginning, this one might be even bigger. This attack was crazy. We got so much value in the beginning with our heroes. We take down the enemy clan castle, take down the sweeper, take down 2 scatter shots, take down Inferno Tower, take down the Town Hall. Yes, well, I mean, yeah. And once again, 4 ground explodes. So I like those, by the way. So yeah, this army is freaking crazy. If you want to try it on your own, do it. Feel free to do it. And if you want to switch to LaLoon at some point, this, like I said, is the time where you want to switch. This army is crazy. I don't know, like, I think there needs to be a huge base building shift, because so far, most of the time, your clan castle was next to your scatter shot, next to your eagle, next to your queen. All those things were kind of grouped up together, which so far, like, this can't work anymore. Otherwise, you're screwed. Like what happened in those attacks. So guys, if you like this army, make sure to give this channel a follow. If you guys are looking forward to see more strategy guides like the Super Witch, like the dragons and the zaps, and so on, make sure to follow this channel. I will see you guys back tomorrow for another video, another strategy guide. And guys, see ya until then, and bye bye.